Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Been seeing a lot of questions lately about our next major reveal and or information drop for Black Ops 6. Obviously, we had a very busy couple of weeks, a few weeks back in regards to the very first Black Ops 6 reveals and everything going on there with the BO6 Direct event, and it's been kind of quiet since then, but honestly, coming up pretty quick here with how fast this year is going by, we've got our next major Black Ops 6 reveal in the form of Call of Duty Next 2024. Yes, COD NEXT is coming back this year. We've had this now 2 years in a row, initially with MW2 and then again with MW3, and they are continuing it with Black Ops 6. Although things this time around might be a little bit different in some good and potentially some bad ways as well. We'll be breaking it all down within this video. But first things first, as far as the timing goes for Call of Duty Next this year, as of right now, it is set for August 28th. That announcement was made during the Black Ops 6 Direct event, in which they detailed plenty more information will be revealed about Black Ops 6 in general. We're talking all aspects of the game: single player, multiplayer, zombies, potentially Warzone as well. This is going to be the largest reveal that we have for the game up until the point in which we're going to be able to play it. But it being on August 28th means that this is landing smack dab in the middle of Season 5 for MW3 and Warzone this year, which means that it's very possible that in the days and weeks leading up to August 28th in Call of Duty Next, we could see some more in-game events, some in-game reveals happen as well. Obviously, we've had several significant in-game full-on reveal events within Warzone in the past, dating back to the first ever one with Know Your History, revealing Black Ops Cold War in-game, where we had to go to the Verdansk Stadium. We've seen various iterations of in-game events like that in the past few years as well. So quite possible we see one of those happen within Warzone to fully reveal and lead up to Call of Duty Next there, which would obviously be a ton of fun. And if anything does surface there, I'll be sure to keep you guys in the know alongside everything else going on in Call of Duty, whether it's Warzone related, MW3 related, or of course Black Ops 6 related as well. So be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications so you never miss a thing. And if you enjoyed this video while we're at it, a like rating is always really appreciated. But detailing Call of Duty Next specifically here, what should we expect this year? Well, like I said, things are going to be largely similar in many ways as to the previous Call of Duty Next events that we've had, but some things may differ as well. We should expect some campaign details. Obviously, the main draw of this event is going to be multiplayer gameplay, full in-depth reveals there, some zombies gameplay, the return to round-based, and potentially Warzone as well. That one's kind of a question mark as of now, but we'll discuss that more in just a moment. When it comes to single player and whatnot there, obviously some campaign will be shown. We'll probably see another mission or so, a little bit of a walkthrough. They'll also probably detail the early access for Black Ops 6. Obviously, with the game launching towards the end of October 25th to be exact, there is going to be another early access period for the game where we'll get hands-on about a week early. What they haven't detailed, though, is what that early access gameplay is going to be, because obviously in the recent years, it's been campaign early access for MW2 and MW3. However, there were several leaks, several inside sources and rumors associated with them saying that there might be early access for zombies this year with the return to round-based and all the hype there. So we should get an official confirmation on that come Call of Duty Next, and we'll have all the clarification we need at that point. As far as the lead up to Call of Duty Next as well, we should see some more reveals outside of potentially in-game Warzone events as well. In recent years, we've seen Gunsmith blogs go live early, detailing stuff there. Other additional gameplay updates and new features and other changes that have been added in with previous Call of Duty titles. Prior to COD Next, we got full-on trailers, reveals, intel drops, and blogs detailing that stuff a little bit more. Then they would actually expand on that at Call of Duty Next, and I could see the same thing happening this year as well. Obviously, we've heard various different creators say that there's been changes to how perks are going to work, a little bit of how the gunsmith is going to work, other new features like Omni movement and whatnot. We could see more detailed reveals on those in their own separate posts prior to COD Next. Then they sort of recap and show it off in action during the Call of Duty Next stream, of course. Obviously, as I mentioned, though, the full draw of COD Next, the main thing that a lot of players are going to be tuning in for is the very first full look at Black Ops 6 multiplayer. Of course, during Black Ops 6 Direct, we saw various different bits and pieces of multiplayer gameplay, and you've seen them plenty on the channel here as we reuse those assets in videos talking about the new movement updates and certain weapons and stuff like that. But that's more cinematic gameplay. They're clearly recording that gameplay for a purpose to showcase exact mechanics and exact features, whereas Call of Duty Next is much more raw. We're going to be able to see live gameplay of those at the event playing, streaming, and we'll get a full feel for what multiplayer is going to be like, showing off all the new weapon systems with the perks, the equipment, the wild cards, everything going on with that, what the time to kill is going to be like in this game, the new maps, the movements in full action with Omni movement, and just how impactful it is on gameplay. We're going to get a much better understanding of all of that with that full multiplayer reveal. We should also have a fully dedicated portion at Call of Duty Next to zombies this year. Obviously, a lot of hype going into another Treyarch title. Treyarch sort of the masters of zombies here within Call of Duty, and it's the return to round-based, which has been highly anticipated. Obviously, MW3 zombies, much of an afterthought, really, I think is the best way to describe it this year. Started off with a lot of hype at launch and then just fell off a cliff over time because clearly the support moved off of MW3 zombies and onto Black Ops 6 zombies to make sure this launches, in the best state it can. So definitely looking forward to learning more about the return to round-based. Now, you heard me mention earlier that Warzone was a bit of a question mark here, and this is for a couple of reasons. Now, during the Black Ops 6 Direct event, Stephanie Snowden, who manages the comms at Call of Duty, said, hey, when can I talk about Warzone, or can I talk about Warzone yet? And there was a resounding no yelled out from the background, right, as sort of their little ploy, hey, we'll talk about Warzone later. Except we don't know when later is. Now, in the past couple of years, obviously Warzone has had its own dedicated section at Call of Duty Next. We got first look at new mechanics, new features, the new map. We actually saw live gameplay of like Al Mazrah and Urzikstan and everything like that. And I would probably expect that at Call of Duty Next yet again. However, there's a reason that it actually could not happen this year as opposed to recent years, and that is some of the rumored delays that we've discussed previously in other videos, detailing how there's going to be no new map at launch for the Black Ops 6 integration that's expected in, late November, early December. Verdansk instead is being pushed back to early 2025. Avalon is reportedly the COD 2025 integration map, so that would be mid to late 2025, and Area 99, the rumored resurgence map, is again midway point through the 2025 year. So who knows what the reveal is going to be like for the Black Ops 6 Warzone integration at COD Next. Will there be any live gameplay if it's just going to be more Urzikstan gameplay, but instead with Black Ops 6 weapons and Black Ops 6 movement? I still think that's stuff worth showcasing, especially the movement updates, because that's going to be significantly game-changing. However, it's going to be a bit stranger this time around because of the lack of a full integration as opposed to what we've seen in years past. So we'll have to keep an eye on for that just in general, if we're going to see Warzone revealed at all, and then if we do, just how much detail they go into. And then just recently, we did actually get some official confirmations on the Black Ops 6 beta via the Call of Duty podcast, but COD Next is going to go a little bit more in depth with actual beta access, what we will or what we won't be able to play with, and a bit more of what to expect between the two various weekends. But we do now have it officially confirmed that on August 30th, we're going to have the early access period for the Black Ops 6 beta starting, so just a couple of days after COD Next. That'll go until September 4th, and that's for anyone who is actively subscribed to certain tiers of Xbox Game Pass, or if you just straight up pre-order the game on any platform. And then the following weekend, September 6th through the 9th, we're gonna have the open beta period, and then anyone can download it and play it there completely for free. So we now have the dates officially confirmed, but in addition to that, also keep in mind, this is the first time ever that we have a beta openly available on all platforms at the same time. There is no exclusivity this time. Really, the only exclusive time period is that early access for pre-orders, but even then, it's going to be available on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation platforms all the same. There is no PlayStation weekend or early access weekend for just one platform anymore, so definitely a huge upgrade there, and I'm very much so looking forward to getting my hands on the BO6 beta. But across the board, COD Next and our next major Black Ops 6 reveals, it's coming up here shortly, and we got a lot to look out for when it does finally arrive. So stay tuned, obviously, in the coming days and weeks as we get closer and closer to the event. More and more info is going to be surfacing, and I'm going to have you guys covered with all the need-to-know info. So be sure to hit that that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications as well. And if you enjoyed the video, a like rating on your way out would be seriously appreciated. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy. Next time, get it? Because COD Next, I gotta go. Until next time, take it easy. Have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.